Hi guys, Nathan here from DadAF again, and today I want to do a really quick talk with you about anger. Anger is considered one of our universal emotions, which arises when we are blocked from pursuing a goal and or are treated unfairly. At its most extreme, anger can manifest itself within us and cause indirect and direct issues. Most of the time, anger is unintentionally linked to violence and therefore is a common emotion to seek help in dealing with. What would you say though if I told you that anger wasn't bad, or at least its primary purpose and function isn't to cause harm but is more likely to literally signal an injustice? Think about it for a second. Anger is deemed bad because of prehistoric factors, media, and the people around us. If you were taught that feeling anger is bad, you might even feel embarrassed or shameful for having felt the emotion at all. Furthermore, if you were angry and it led you to do something you considered to be inappropriate, you may feel regretful. Sound familiar? Maybe you've done something where you've exhibited anger and you feel a little bit regretful, you feel like you shouldn't have done it. It is acknowledged that anger can be useful when it's motivated by compassion and expressed with discernment. What do I mean by that though? Interesting, isn't it? When we are angry, we're most likely to say or do things that hurt another person. Simply, the fact that we got angry is hurtful for some people. The remedy? Focus on the action, not the action. Or what the other person did that made you angry, not on the other person, him or herself. So if another person said something to me, I would potentially not focus on that person, I would focus on what they said. So what they said upset me. Why is anger good sometimes though? Without feelings of anger, we wouldn't take a stand against unfairness or injustice. We would just simply let things slide. Anger is an internal alarm that tells us something is not quite right. Keeping up so far? Great. What many people don't realise is that anger is a secondary emotion. Well, what does that mean? Well, typically, one of the primary emotions, like fear or sadness, can be found underneath anger. Fear includes things like anxiety and worry, and sadness comes from the experience of loss, for example, or disappointment, or even discouragement. All of these feelings are extremely difficult, and a lot of the time, a lot of people, not everybody, are often shamed for them as well. But somehow, anger is easier. Yes, I said it. It is literally easier. Think about it. It's easy to throw something. It's easy to slam a door. It's easy to punch a wall. It's not easy to say, you upset me or I'm sad. In contrast to fear and sadness, anger can provide a surge of energy and make you feel more in charge rather than feeling vulnerable or helpless. Essentially, anger can be a means of creating a sense of control and power in the face of vulnerability and uncertainty. Think about women's rights. Think about what women had to go through back in the day. Think about the fact that if those women weren't angry, they probably wouldn't have all the rights that they have today. So anger can be used in a really, really careful and fundamental way to talk about an injustice, to talk about things that you feel are not quite right. You may not get it right yourself all of the time, but vocalizing that you feel angry and you feel frustrated about something is perfectly okay as long as we don't follow it up with an action that might cause harm to ourselves, harm to another person. So I hope you found this talk really useful. I hope that you will be able to relate to it some way and keep in touch for more videos like this.